Russia is amassing on the Finnish border. Should we be concerned? Yes, the Finnish border, the border between Finland and Russia. Well, I think so. There's tanks, there's trucks, there's other equipment massing all the way along that Finnish border. Now, 2 weeks before Vladimir Putin illegally invaded Ukraine a few years back, well, Liz Truss, well, she went over to visit Sergei Lavrov in Russia. Just trying to work out what was going on. See whether or not they were going to invade Ukraine. Well, that meeting didn't go very well. Sergei Lavrov called her an idiot. I couldn't argue with that because she fucking well is. She didn't get her geography quite in order, no, before she went. No, she getting all her C's mixed up. She didn't have a fucking clue, she didn't. Anyway, he publicly called her an idiot. A fucking idiot. I couldn't argue, like I say, because it's true. The woman got beaten by a lettuce when she was the UK Prime Minister. She only lasted about 40 plus days. Because of huge tax cuts for the rich. Well, 2 weeks later, Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine, even though Sergei Lavrov also said that that wasn't their agenda. That's not what they're going to do. They were not going to invade. Cross my heart and all that, you know. But they did. And it's been a long-fought struggle for Ukraine, with some support from the United States and more so now from Europe. And also their own innovations have been remarkable. Very resilient people. But now, like I said, Russia is now amassing on the Finnish border. Now, we should be concerned. Let's be honest about this, because we can't trust them. They are not to be trusted. Now, if I just read this to you. Now, Russia's military is building up at Finland's border over a potential NATO clash. Now, what's a NATO clash? Well, you know, Article 5 of NATO. NATO is a group of countries that effectively have made an agreement. You know, it's like the Three Musketeers, you know. One for all and all for one, so to speak, yeah? And the idea is if Russia invades, argument's sake, Finland, well then Article 5 should be enacted and everyone should muck in and push Russia out. But we can't trust the United States. Nobody can. To do their moral responsibility. Russia knows that. Russia knows that the United States probably would not get involved in a European war. There's no reason to have them on that council. It just isn't. Not anymore. No. They'll be happy to take your money, though. That they will. See, they'll still sell you stuff. Now, Russia is expanding its military infrastructure near the border with Finland in what experts and officials say could be a preparation for a potential clash with NATO. Well, they've done it before. Not necessarily with NATO, but, you know, with Ukraine. Why else would they be doing that? Is it just a show of force? Is it saber-rattling? It's expensive, isn't it? Now, Western military and intelligence officers are reportedly warning that these units could form the backbone of Russia's forces preparing to confront NATO. That is a world war. Now, the United States might not get involved, but Europe certainly will. Now, since the start of Russia's all-out war against Ukraine, NATO officials have increasingly warned Moscow could launch aggression against the alliances and members in the coming years. Now, they're not just making these statements willy-nilly. This is from intelligence. This is from intercepted communications. This is their agenda. Now, Russia's military is currently heavily engaged in, obviously, Ukraine, suffering massive losses, and they are. Huge amount of losses via these drones. that Ukraine has been developing. Amazing. Now, this has forced Moscow to redeploy forces from other areas over the past years, and the media investigation saying last June that most of the Russian ground units previously stationed near Finland were dispatched to Ukraine. But now they're amassing again. Now, Finland being not, a huge country, they're also increasing their military resolve. France is clearly doing the same. Germany is doing the same. Portugal, everywhere's doing the same. Netherlands, you name it. Every European country is saying, oh shit, this ain't looking good. So for all fucking idiots thinking that, Donald Trump is right and Vladimir Putin, he doesn't want to invade the rest of Europe. I think we need to open our eyes. He's just looking for the opening. And I actually think it's now. Even though you think he's struggling in Ukraine, he has got other, cards up his sleeve, They haven't really deployed what they really have. They gave us a false sense of security. They build more munitions, more tanks than any other country. They are a war machine. Their factories are busy. Does it worry you? Because it worries me that. Fuck that, I don't just... Anyway, please beat the whole like button. Crikey, at least, or comment down below, but that'd be very interesting what your thoughts are on this. I know there have always been some form of military build-up on all borders of Russia, obviously, but they're amassing more. It's increasing. It's growing fast. Oh, what say you? Please beat the old like button and comment down below if you want to support the channel. Do it on Patreon, buy us a coffee or super thanks or whatever. Anyway, links down below. Anyway, toodaloo. Blimey, it gets from bad to bloody worse, it does.